Throughout my years in recruiting, I've learned how to prepare my candidates really well for interviews and any potential offers that would follow by just doing a few simple steps. And before I followed these steps, I didn't really nearly have the candidate buy-in that I do now. I found that all of these steps are important, and if I try not to skip any of them, they'll all but ensure that the process goes smoothly and that when an offer is made, the candidate will accept. So the first thing I do when I prep a candidate for an interview is I reclose them on the position, on the commitments they've already made with me. The first, I revisit the pay, the salary, the commute or any remote options, the job title, the duties, the quality of life, the company culture. I talk about the hiring manager again, that's always important. I talk about any other interviews. I ask, have there been any other interviews that have popped up with other companies, that any offers they have pending or coming? And if there are other opportunities that pop up, I ask if they're willing to not accept those offers until they do the interview with my client, because they're going to get an offer that same day anyway. And if not, I typically don't arrange the interview. I pull it away. And sometimes when I do that, I actually get them, they come back and say, no, actually I do want an interview. And they do give me that commitment they're not going to accept an offer. The morning of the interview, I actually call them again, and just to make sure they can make it, but obviously, check in, has anything changed? I often have a backup candidate in case one of these candidates does opt out the day of. But assuming things are going well and they're still excited about it, I reaffirm that they are going to accept that day. And then I offer up what I call a 3-part close. It's kind of a tool that the candidate can use to express interest and show that they're qualified for the job in the interview themselves. And so what I tell them is at the end of the interview, the client always asks the same question. Do you have any questions for me? And I tell the candidates to say, yeah, I just want to, from what I understand, it sounds like you're looking for someone to do A, B, C. And I have those skills, A, B, and C, and I also have skills X, Y, Z. And the third thing I tell the candidate to say is, I'm very interested in the position, and I look forward to hearing back from my recruiter on the next steps. And that's it. Show that you have the skills, show that you have more skills than that, and that you're interested in the role and you're looking forward to the next steps without putting the client on the spot and saying, are you interested in me? When do I get an offer? So it's a great way to close the interview. But after the interview, I have them call me from their cell phone and tell me how the interview went and see if it's actually is everything from their perspective as I've explained it. And if they're interested and they want to accept the role, of course they tell me they do, and then I say, all right, I'll accept on your behalf. And that really is a great way to control the process and make sure that expectations are set correctly. And then of course you can accept the job on their behalf and we get a placement.